Have you ever wondered what makes a family-run winery different from those that are, say, owned by a conglomerate or a larger corporation? Sure, the scale is smaller and there's more hands-on involvement, but what really makes a family-operated winery special, and of course the wines they produce? Well, that's exactly what we're going to learn from our next guest who joins us on the Sunday Sipper Club in a few weeks' time, but he's here today, and he's going to talk about it, the ins and outs of a family business, really. He's one of three brothers who own and operate the Henry of Pelham Winery, and he joins me live now. Dan Speck, welcome to the Sunday Sipper Club. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
All right, great. So we're going to take a deeper dive into this topic because you have many years of experience and working with your brothers on Henry of Pelham. But just tell us maybe at a high level, what's the number one thing that you think makes a family-run winery different from those that are not?
I think it's very simple. Public companies, publicly traded companies, by necessity have to think quarter to quarter in terms of their profitability. They're chasing, they're taking care of our pension funds and the rest of it. They're part of that whole process.
Right.
Whereas family-run businesses and family-run wineries especially, we think in terms of decades and even generations. And so we have a very different relationship with the people in the organization, with the land, with the brands and the wines that we're making. We're thinking in terms of a lifetime, not in terms of the next quarter.
Right. Wow. That's really key. I found that too when I went over in Portugal, where they make decisions like decades down, like how long are we going to age these wines, and that's going to be a good one to dive into, Dan. So we're going to talk about that, the winery, of course, what's on your plate project wise, and how the harvest went this past year, what you're expecting for the next year. But so we'll save that all for a couple weeks now on the Sunday Sipper Club. That's we go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Toronto, New York time, here on Facebook Live, YouTube live stream, and Twitter via Periscope. So I'm looking forward to chatting with you more then, Dan. I'll say goodbye for now.
And me too. Take care. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Dan.